although I left Syria many years ago and I have been living in the West for more than 15 years, I never stopped going back to Syria because I still feel Syria as home. I lived for many years in Syria. I have my family there. I have my friends from all kinds of denominations and religions. I was born at the Mediterranean Sea, Latakia, which is a beautiful city in Syria. I have a lot of friends and people I know and cherish the relationship with, and I feel I've always lived in a diverse society there in Syria, where there was or there is tolerance between denominations, religions. People have lived always together. In the same building, you find Muslims and Christians and all kinds of backgrounds in the same building. People visiting each other, being friends. This is how I grew up. This is how I lived for years and years and years in Syria. Now, after all these years, which I cherish and love, I see that the situation has changed. And the change in the situation in Syria needs to be addressed. No society grows without the need to be reformed. No society continues within one monotone way of life. Change is a must. In the last 20 years, a lot of change, a rapid change happened, not only in Syria, around the world, with the technological revolution, with the internet storming the Middle East, not only Syria. People now, every house has an internet and everybody has a mobile phone, every family has a TV with endless satellite channels. All this brought a different kind of thinking of the people. And this mentality change needs to be taken very seriously when we look at what is happening now in Syria. Violence has spread like a fire in a hay in the Middle East in the last some months. And of course, Syria has had its share of violence and bloodshed. And a lot of people wonder what is going on. Why don't we see a full, clear picture? And especially yesterday, as I was preparing for this video blog, I was following very, very closely what is happening in the Holy Land, in the border of Syria and Lebanon and Palestine. People remembering the Nakba, what we say in Arabic, Nakba Day, which means the establishment of what is called now the State of Israel. So a new wave of violence swept the area. So how can we understand the violence? How can we understand what is happening in the light of the changing world around us? We can't understand the violence. We can't understand what is happening unless we understand the background of the context of the area. Egypt is not Syria. Tunis is not Syria. Each country in the Middle East has its own unique context. Syria has never had hunger, for example. People are not hungry in Syria. And the incidents we've noticed and witnessed and heard about in Syria were not the result of people feeling hungry and they want some money to buy bread. No, it is an accumulation of needs, like the corruption escalated in the Middle East and also in Syria. And the people are fed up with the corruption. They felt the need for expressing themselves. the need for political freedom, freedom of expression, and all that, religious freedom, and you name it. Out of all that, we need to understand what is happening not only in Syria, but in all of the Middle East. So the key message I have for you today is don't judge the situation too quickly, and don't also believe everything you see and everything you hear, because we still don't have the clear picture, the big picture from Syria. And we need to be aware, we need to be alert that any solution in Syria, any solution in Egypt, any solution in Tunisia, any solution in any part of the Middle East, or Libya, or Yemen, or Bahrain, has to be rooted in the respect of the diversity of the Middle East. There is no way that one group can cancel the others in order to exist. So, in the search of a common ground, an open space for us all to exist, we need to be aware that diversity, freedom, and justice go hand in hand. And as the director of the foundation, Awareness Foundation, and as a Christian priest, I say we all should join together in a prayer to God of diversity, to the God who created us all different, to give us the strength that we understand each other with our differences, and find the common ground that we need to build a better future for that beloved part of the world, and join hands in creating a better future for our children, for ourselves, for the country, and I tell you, also for the world, because that area of the world affects the entire world. I will come back to you and I will reflect on the situation more later.